come with me right now. I guarantee you, your life, it's about to be impacted like you've never known it before. If your confidence is derived from some material gains or position or influence or access you have, then you are to be pitied. You are to be pitied. If your confidence and the attitude you have not to return people's call because they are not valuable, they are not important to you, have no regard and respect for people. You used to return people's call before, but now you are too busy and you are too important that you choose whose call you should return and all that. It's fine, it's okay. But if it's all based on the change of your circumstances, remember, time changes. Hear me. But God said, let him that boast, let him that boast of this one thing, that he knows I the Lord and understands me, who execute judgment, righteousness and justice on earth. And these are the things I the Lord delight in. Your confidence is in position and in material gains and some favor you have to be pitied among all men. But your confidence is in him. There's another game altogether. Come with me to 1 Thessalonians 5:24.
Faithful is he that calleth you, who also will do it.
Faithful. Faithful is one of his track records. It is his name. He's faithful. The Bible says even when we are unfaithful, he remains faithful. That's it. You and I can fail, but God cannot fail. For he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Faithful. Faithful. Hebrews 11:17 and 19.
By faith Abraham, when he was tried, offered up Isaac. And he that had received the promises offered up his only begotten son, of whom it was said, that in Isaac shall thy seed be called, accounting that God was able to raise him up, even
Again,
from the dead.
Underline the word what?
Was able to raise him up.
God was able
to raise him up.
God was
able.
God was
able.
God was
able.
Is your God able? That is the game changer. Until you know that your God is able, every wind of doctrine will blow you. Anything can move you from where you belong. You can be here tomorrow and tomorrow you can be here today and find yourself tomorrow. People change church. People can leave a good church like this church and go somewhere they don't even know where the pastor came from. They don't know of which of the tribe of Israel he came from. And they'll go there because you don't know what your God is capable of. But if you know what your God is capable of, no circumstances will move you. No situation, no trial, no temptation can move you. You stand in the midst of the storm because you know your God is able. That was what pushed Abraham to the point of sacrificing his own son, because he said, I believe in him that has promised that he's capable of raising the dead. He can raise this boy from the dead. He's able. What is your faith based on? Hebrews chapter 7 verse 25.
Wherefore he is able also to save them to the uttermost.
He's what?
Able.
He's what?
Able.
Until you get it, until you understand that he's able, you are limited. You are limited. Until you grab it, eat it, and it dawns on you that your God is able, you can't make history. Your name can never appear in the Hebrews 11 of our time. Do you know there's another Hebrews 11 being written of our time? Yeah, there's another Hebrews 11. Heroes of our time. You can never be among the heroes of faith until you know that He's able. No matter what confronts you, you can stand in the face of it and not be afraid. David said, though the earth be removed and the mountains be moved, I will not be moved. And I look at him and say, if the earth is removed from under your feet, where will you be standing? He didn't consider that. He said, it doesn't matter what happens to the earth I'm standing on. Nothing moves me. Then the other day, Paul said, nothing moves me anymore. Nothing. And he said, henceforth, let no man trouble me, for I bear the mark of Christ in my body. Then the other day I heard David saying this. He said, I have been old, young, and now I'm old. And he used a word, strong word. Never have I seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging for bread. That's a whole nother level. That he had the audacity to say, I have been young. Somebody asked me the other day, Papa, how do you deal with betrayals? And I say, if you live long a little, you'll know how to deal with it. When I hear young people, have a lot of young people around me, and sometimes they come with all these great ideas, powerful ideas. It sounds good, but it's knowledge. It's not wisdom. So I listen. And they say, what do you think? And I say, I'm listening. Because it's knowledge. It's not wisdom. Smart and intelligent people have knowledge. But to be wise requires wisdom and going through the process. Until you've been through the process and you have wisdom, you are not wise. Because knowledge is the acquisition of information, but wisdom is the ability to apply and to use the knowledge you have acquired wisely and intelligently. That's why the doctor knows that smoking is not good. He has knowledge of the consequence of smoking, but he smokes. Why? He lacks the wisdom to use the knowledge. So being smart is good, being intelligent is good, but I'd rather be wise. Yes, sir. Because you see, being smart can show you how you can maneuver and use this microphone without being caught. But being wise will tell you that even if you maneuver, there's still consequence. So don't do it. So it's not just doing it, but the ability to restrain, to prohibit, and to prevent is what we're talking about.
Wherefore he is able also to save them to the uttermost that come unto God by him, seeing he ever liveth to make intercession for them.
That is one of his track records. He ever lives. You see, I said something the other day. I said that most times when people do a will and they die, they can't defend the will because they are dead. So the will can be subjected to dispute. It goes to court for many years. And siblings fight over the will. And the one who wrote the will is dead, so he's not alive to defend the will. He ever lives to make intercession. That he's able to deliver. He's able. My salvation is kept because he's able to deliver and to save me from anything that will make me lose my salvation. He's able. You got to believe that. In the mix of all the trials and the temptation, you must believe that God is able to keep you, preserve you, save you, deliver you to the end. So you don't miss heaven, because he ever lives to make intercession. I'm counting on his intercession above all things. Hallelujah.